Should you cross the bayou?
Princess Bear, today we're at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside, mainly because we're beside the river and it's time to return to
Boatwright.
Yes, the place for the boats get right. So we're getting right with a new menu. And as your number one choice in food infotainment, we're here to investigate that so you don't have to. So remember, she's vegan. I'm not building a boat today.
It's time to foodie and chill. Our friend, the allergy-friendly cornbread, is still here with a beautiful earth balance butter. So, I always want the butter. I gotta have this butter. Butter. It is very dry, but it'll mix well with everything else that we have ordered tonight. I love this cornbread. I especially love it in the artichoke dip, which I believe doesn't exist anymore. So we're gonna verify that 100% when we go to Roost after this. I would give this a 4 out of 5 cornbread. It's tasty.
Here we have the second best plant-based cornbread on property. We've always given the crown to Whispering Canyon, but is Boatwright's finally gonna take that crown away from Whispering Canyon and put it back on the bayou where it belongs? You never know, but we'll keep coming back and keep trying because, you know, I'm never going to refuse cornbread. Like, ever. I think. Now, when I say worst cornbread, I have to reel in reality here. Making bad cornbread is really, really hard. And honestly, if you're getting cornbread here or somewhere else on Disney World property, you're probably already in a good spot. But I have to give the slight edge Whispering Canyon because theirs is just that much better. I love the execution of the cornbread here. Little like mini cornbread bites are great. But when it comes to density and like the moistness of it, that flaky connoisseur I am 1000% cornbread bias, it's good. It's not Whispering Canyon. I'm still though giving this one a 4 out of 5 plus. A nice board of cornbread. I don't want a charcuterie board. I don't want a delicate board filled with meats, though I will eat one. I want a cornbread with various artisanal butters. For now, I will settle for 2 massive cubes of cornbread to myself and this nice, beautiful honey butter. I do give you a butter knife, but I have the benefit of not having to share it. The princess can't eat it anyway. The honey butter is always a nice choice. It's like whipped here, so it's very light, spread very easily. The whip on the butter just elevates the cornbread and just sort of like sells you that home-cooked cornbread feeling. I love this cornbread. There are cornbreads on property that I love more. House of Blues comes to mind. Whispering Canyon is still my top tier. They're close. Being third in a pack of 3 ain't bad, especially when it's this plentiful. And I get a nice display and a board. I just get a basket of Whispering Canyon. Here I get a whole board. That's almost worth an extra quarter of a point to me. Is it 4.25 out of 5 plus?
This salad, I feel like has changed since the last time that we had it. It looks gorgeous. And I'm so excited to see Chef David bring some beauty into some amazing food items. So let me go in. There's this little artichoke here. I just want to have it. So I'm not trying to eat the whole thing. I'm just going to take a sample here. There's so many like components. So this is a small bite, I guess. Cheers. I feel like there's a lot of components to this salad. You have like an earthy note, and then you have like a little bit of a tang, and then you have a tart with the artichoke. And you have like what tastes like spring moving into summer. And I think that's very appropriate. And then to top it all off, you have like this olive flavor that just comes through, which is not my favorite, but if you're an olive fan, I can see why you would really like this salad. gonna say it does toss my salad medium. I would be a one and done for me just because of the olive level. But I would give it like a 4 out of 5 salads.
You have this wonderful spread of the Jambalaya Farro salad. While not brand new, it definitely appears at least a little bit reimagined, filling the plate far more than it before. Before it was tiny. Now this almost looks like an entree level salad. The size of the salad I would see in maybe Riverside Mill next door, but you have the crispy artichokes, you have olives in here, you have this Creole vinaigrette with all the fixings, tomatoes, all of it, and then the crispy farro on the bottom. That is a salad that feels as colorful as New Orleans itself. Getting the artichoke in there, the way that the artichoke is fried, definitely gives it a different level of complexity than just a nice, like, fresh raw salad. You get those cooked bits in there that just add another level. So you're getting like cooked salad, like the artichoke, with the fresh ingredients of the cucumber and the olives. Gives it a nice tangy layer of flavor, I would say. It's definitely feeling still distinctly New Orleans. Definitely feels right for Boatwright's. It's still a solid salad. I would give it a 3.75 out of 5 points. This curious looking plate is the Louisiana barbecued shrimp. Sautéed shrimp in a tangy barbecue sauce with toast on the side. You have these shrimp, 5 shrimp, buried in this barbecue sauce. They're looking like they bathed, marinated. They probably sleep in this here sauce. We're just going to slice the tails off, and yes, I have officially given up my battle against tail on shrimp. I lost. I've accepted it anywhere I go. I'm probably going to do a tail on shrimp. Do I like it? No. But sometimes you got to choose your battles. That's just not one I'm willing down the hill for. I will still eat though. Because I'm a bear that oftentimes says inflammatory things, here's your one inflammatory thing for this video. To me, myself and I, you don't have to agree, and most of you won't, shrimp is a superior form of shellfish. Every other shellfish is too much work for too much money for too little meat. Shrimp is usually as far as I'm willing to go. Lobster is a waste, crab is too much work, mussels, clams are too much work. That's just doing it. These shrimp are cooked perfectly. The barbecue sauce is nice and tangy. The shrimp, nice, fluffy, juicy. Actually, on the buttered toast, that tastes amazing. They're nice and they're the perfect amount of crisp to go with the shrimp without being like super crispy where it's like cutting the roof of your mouth, letting you enjoy both in equal measure. Honestly, as odd as it looks, it is an A+ appetizer. I would give it a solid 4 out of 5 points. The Princess and the Bear life hack: come to Boatwright's. With every Boatwright you come here, you order food, you get cornbread. Order this delicious looking app of the barbecued shrimp, Louisiana barbecued shrimp. You place that on top of the cornbread. Now you have a cornbread base, tangy barbecue shrimp for your foodie enjoyment. Somehow, all my life I missed out on barbecue and cornbread. With shrimp, it just somehow works. 4.5 out of 5 points.
I'm so excited to try this new, beautiful creation by Chef David, Creole lentils with a whipped ricotta, which is actually tofu. So we don't have any old meats in here that I saw on the menu. You can see over here, this around on the side, this is the tofu ricotta. And then you have the lentils here, and then some beautiful white rice on top. There's plenty of okra as well, so Bear will probably suffer. But we love our chef, so I take back what I said. There is all meat in this dish. It is very tasty. If you are like Will, hi Will, and you've watched all of the videos on our channel, you go back to the very, very beginning of our channel, Bear and I actually have quite a few videos where we went to New Orleans. on one of those videos, we went to a place called Meals from the Heart Cafe. And at that place, they had this gorgeous, I think it was a jambalaya, and they served it with rice. And they had a similar, like, tofu ricotta with it. This is taking me back to that place, like sitting in that cafe there and eating the best authentic New Orleans food for vegans in New Orleans. I have no notes. This is a gorgeous dish, and I'm actually going to be asking Bear to come here more often than I did before, because the red beans and rice were not it. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a Princess Cities item. And it has a nice heat to it too. I would say it's like a 3 out of 10 on the heat scale, but it's gorgeous. So I definitely recommend you try it. The lentils are spicy. It feels like there's like the bean base happening with it. Tofu ricotta is very fluffy. It's flavorful. The rice is cooked perfectly. I have no notes. I didn't get any okra in my bites, so maybe that's why I'm giving it a better review than I would any other dish, but I like it.
Creole lentils with a plant-based whipped ricotta. We like new, and this plate feels like it came straight out of the bayou. This perfectly cooked rice seasoned with like the Creole seasoning on top. You got okra, peppers, these slow-cooked lentils, and apparently the key is to pull in some of the whipped ricotta. Pull in as much as you'd like, or as little, and just get a full bite. Rice, okra, peppers, all the Creole spices, and give it a nice home in your belly. I would say, definitely, if you are spice sensitive, pulling in more of the whipped ricotta is definitely the way to go. It's less spicy than it is of the spices, but it does have a certain sort of heat and pepperiness that comes with a lot of those Creole spices. As far as me being a spice head, I would give it maybe like 1.5 out of 10 on the spice scale, but obviously, if you're more heat sensitive, your mileage may vary. But even with the okra, and I can taste the okra in there. Okra will not hide from me. I know you when I see you. We got beef, but when you're good, you're good. That with the peppers and slow-cooked lentils sort of like melts away in your mouth, would sort of complement the plant-based chorizo, so you're not getting like too much of one or the other. And the rice makes an excellent base. The fact that they have a little sprinkle of the Creole seasoning on top of the rice just further sort of ties the entire dish together. It feels like the bayou. It feels like Louisiana. It's feeling like worthy of Boatwright. I feel like if I went out to the water, it's been a hard day, shaving, working wood to build a boat, like they have the tools all around this restaurant, and I came home to this, life would be good. Give that 4.75 out of 5 claws. And my only note is a dial up of the heat, just a little bit. But I'm sure I could add for like a hot sauce.
Make it optional.
Optional spice increase. My problem with Boatwrights has mainly been when anytime they had something they said was spicy, it wasn't spicy. And you're gonna give me spice, I want to feel it. It's here. The flavors, nothing missed. But a little bit of heat wouldn't kill it. Here we have the staple, the shrimp and grits. You can't have any New Orleans style, New Orleans adjacent, bayou adjacent, any sort of New Orleans themed restaurant, and at least try to offer something that's going to mirror a shrimp and grits plate. Here, it's simply shrimp and grits. You have shrimp and andouille sausage piled on top. Then you have a spicy Chardonnay cream sauce with creamy Charleston-style grits. I don't know how I feel about Charleston. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I've had family members live there. I've never had to deal. Can you guys make grits? I guess I'm about to find out. Either way, we're going to go all in. You have this nice plump-looking shrimp, huge pieces of andouille sausage, this nice cream sauce, and the grits on the bottom. Now, they put spicy in the description. So if it's not spicy, and I complain, you have done it to yourself. If spice is a passing wind, it would be that. The sides of my tongue, they tickle. I would say a 0.5 out of 10 on the heat scale as far as spice. The Princess's Creole lentils were spicier than this. So, spicy, it is not. I get the Chardonnay, and I'm kind of interested in the layers of complexity that the Chardonnay adds to the cream sauce. It gives it like a sort of lightness and body that I wouldn't expect without being heavy. So it's creamy, but it's not like thick and dense, which sort of goes well so they don't like make the grits a soup, which is where I was afraid, because if you look at this plate, it looks kind of like soup. But the grits are still here at the base, and they're not being like dissipated by the Chardonnay cream sauce. So I think it's just the right consistency not to ruin the grits. The shrimp is great, it's well cooked. The andouille sausage has got that nice andouille spice to it. No complaints there. It is, in fact, shrimp and grits. Best shrimp and grits I've ever had? No. I don't want to lose anyone problem. However, it is still a good representation and better than most. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 points.
This is an on-menu enhancement for anyone that is wishing for the red beans and rice. It's still here, and I love that they have a vegan enhancement. A lot of the times when you come to a place like a steakhouse or whatever on Disney property, all of the enhancements are not vegan, so I'm excited that there is one. Now, the jambalaya, the off-menu jambalaya, is still here, but if you ask Chef David for that, it would probably crush him a little bit. Me just inquiring on it looked like something that hurt him a little bit. I don't want to hurt our cast members, so I would ask kindly, don't order the jambalaya. Just go with the red beans and just go with the things that are on the menu, because Chef David deserves that. Now let's go ahead and try this and see how it compares to the lentils. All right. Cheers. It definitely tastes very similarly to the old red beans and rice. It doesn't have the all meat in it that I can taste, at least. So there's that. But other than that, you know, it's just decent. The rice is okay. I'm sure it's great if you were ordering like a meat dish and you wanted like a rice and meat enhancement. I think if you're gonna order the lentil dish, don't like defile your lentils with extra enhancements. Just eat the lentil dish, because it's literally the way to go. Now, if you're going to break Chef David's heart and order the jambalaya, you should probably get the enhancement too. So if you're just gonna go completely old school, just, you know, go hard on it. But yeah, I would just stick with the lentil one instead. I would give this a 3 out of 5 red beans and rice. It's good, but it's not like, oh my gosh, you have to come here for this.
Enhancement of red beans and rice. This is basically a mini version of the former plant-based dish, which, if I have to be honest, was a little boring. Because red beans and rice is great and all, but it really feels like you put two things together that were sides and made it an entree and charged me entree prices. It doesn't feel exciting as a vegan to come and get just red beans and rice. Will you eat it? Of course you will, because it's one of your only options. But now you have something that's more distinct and it's got a little bit more soul to it. But if you want an enhancement and understand that the dishes here or portion sizes are so favorable that I don't believe you need an enhancement unless you absolutely want one. So if you want the red beans and rice, vegan or not, it is here. It's given that nice stewed red beans. The rice is cooked okay. I think the rice could use a little bit more work. Doesn't feel as good as the rice that's in the main dish, even though I know it's probably the same rice, maybe because it's missing the Creole seasoning that you get on the entree. But it's still perfectly serviceable. It's red beans and rice. There's not really a whole lot to say to it. It's not going to make me want to send it to an orphanage or, I don't know, set a national park on fire. I have no idea, but it's okay. I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not going to kick a tree stump or anything like that. It's decent. I give it 3 out of 5.
It's still Women's History Month. We're still going to be honoring Black women all month, but as it is Women's History Month, we will be drinking House of Brown Rosé. And by we, I mean the royal we princess. We'll be drinking House of Brown. Well, I guess I'm just going to be drinking it from now on. It's like my next Painted Wolf. If no Painted Wolf, House of Brown. How about that? That's better. Cheers. It's such a bright, beautiful rosé. I could literally drink it anywhere, anytime, everywhere, all at once. And I'm glad that it's the new frosé base as well, because it makes a great frosé too. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 rosés. This wine makes me feel super fine.
Here you have an old Port Orleans favorite, whether you be at Riverside or French Quarter, the bourbon peach tea in full adult restaurant form. I order this all the time when we go to Scat, on Saturdays and Fridays and Saturdays for live music. But getting it in a tall peach tea glass, as I would on my porch, seems about right. It's bourbony, it's peachy. It's a tad too sweet for me on tea, and I know the sweetest tea is always going to pucker your lips, but it is exactly as described. Bourbon, peach, sweetened tea. Leave that 3.75 out of 5 points. We think that Boatwright is finally back on the map.
Mad props to Chef David, but we are not done with this Port Orleans adventure tonight.
Yes, definitely. Now that we've tantalized our taste buds with new tingling flavors, now we're gonna go home to Roost.
I will say that the tofu ricotta, I could not stop talking about that. It is so tasty, and we have the impossible in there. We got some gorgeous lentils. I cannot say any more like bad things about the ricotta. I say like we needed more things. So Chef David, please put it in more things, and you guys gotta come here to Boatwright and order the foods and tell him that we sent you.
As before, if you support it, these things stay. You gotta come and try this out. This is something that's worth the trip over here. Even if, say, you're having a night, you're trying to decide where to eat, you're in Disney Springs, take the boat from Disney Springs over here, you land right back there.
And then get beignets.
You just walk here. You get here, and then when you're done, you can walk up to Scat Cats and get the vegan beignets.
But we might do that after this. Next, we got one more stop to do. So here we are at the River Roost, and the menu has updated. So our beautiful spinach artichoke dip is gone. It is now officially replaced with the beautiful artichoke cake. I am so happy that my beloved cake is here and has a permanent home. Watch one of those reviews so you can see how much I love that artichoke cake. We were just here a few weeks ago and had it. Artichoke cake to go. The plating is just a little bit different, but it also looks so gorgeous. You really need to get this. We are here at Scat Cats, and now our beloved artichoke cake is here as well. How exciting. I'm loving this, but we gotta get beignets.
Looks like Scat Cats has added tempura shrimp. Shrimping it up. 2 shrimps. Dual shrimps? If you'd like us to come back and try these new items, leave a shrimp emoji in the comments.
As a princess who has had experience with messing up this entire table with powdered sugar, I'm using a knife and fork for my beautiful Allergy beignets, and I know I could have gotten a pecan pie at River Roost, and I really wanted one, but we had to go check out this artichoke cake situation, and as a result, I had to get beignets. So This is our third time, I think, trying the beignets on this channel with this new chocolate sauce that they have here. And last time we had this, Bear had the non-vegan version, and he actually liked this one better. So, cheers to the allergy-friendly beignets. These beignets are so soft and sweet and amazing as a vegan, or if you're gluten-free, you gotta get these. I will say, if they do some sort of specialty beignet and they can make it vegan, you should try it. But if you're gluten-free and you're not vegan, any of the specialty beignets can be substituted with these allergy-friendly beignets. So if like the Bananas Foster one comes around, or you want like an ice cream version, you can definitely do it with these and enjoy yourself. So no matter what dietary restriction you have, you can have a delicious beignet. And I think that is Disney magic. That's why I give it a 5 out of 5. And it is a Princess Cities item. And this is the only place you can get vegan beignets because Magic Kingdom is not vegan friendly, it's vegetarian friendly. Gotta come here.
These fluffy, powdery beignets. It's probably some high level of New Orleans, Louisiana blasphemy to be eating them with a knife and fork, but trying to hold a camera with sticky fingers isn't fun either. So, we'll miss out on a little bit fun, keep our fingers clean, but still get to enjoy the delicious flavor of these Tiana approved beignets, not those wannabe beignets from Magic Kingdom. Nice, fluffy, hot chocolate sauce. Leans more towards like the dark chocolate than the milk chocolate of the regular one. So it tends to be a sharper chocolate, but overall less sweet. The beignets are already covered in powdered sugar. I don't need more sugar on top of what's already a sugary mess, which is what makes these top tier. I really need Magic Kingdom to try harder to improve their beignets. Even if you gotta move them out of the Golden Oak Outpost and move them inside Pecos Bill. We need vegan beignets at Magic Kingdom. People aren't always willing to travel here, and it breaks my heart. It's a simple boat ride from Disney Springs, but if you have the means, you need to try these beignets. It's a 5 out of 5 claws. It's on the Bare Necessities list and the Princesses list for a reason. When we explore a new menu, we go deep.
Now, though we had an extensive meal at Boatwright, and we didn't eat at River Roost, and we didn't really eat at Scat, we hope that you enjoyed the tour around Port Orleans, showing you the new things. Even though we may not have had them this time, we have had all of these things before, and I don't know, I cannot say how appreciative I am for the artichoke cake being a star here at Port Orleans.
She seriously has not stopped talking about this cake.
I cannot. And I spent all of February talking about it because this is a Black History Month cake that we need to acknowledge is that from now on.
But
yes?
Yes.
Yes.
But we need to know what you guys think about the new items and the changes, and the Islands cakes becoming a permanent part of the menu here, Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter. Excited for everybody to see the new menu. We hope that you guys stop by and give it a try. Let us know if you do what you think about it, always in the comments below. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that will always be a place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, well, Bear might just yeet himself from here to the real French Quarter. And then when will we go to Disney World?
Heard the girl.